Hello, Future Matt here from Mighty Micros, and today in this episode we make this scale military style looking wooden box to hide our battery. Now this is going to be one of my sort of rambling videos as we just make this product together, so you just watch along and enjoy the video with me. It's a bit of a long one, so skip ahead if you like, or just watch the whole thing. It's a bit of a lean back one. Which means that I have to make a new battery box, as this one won't work anymore. So I've gone ahead and found the only thing nearby we can use, which are these little coffee sticks, and I bought a whole bunch of them. And we're going to cut them down to size and make a little box for this thing, which I think is going to be rather simple, given that there is a lot of length in these things. They are supposed to be 140 mil, which maybe 139, doesn't matter. So I think the plan would be to just go ahead and find where these go, where they bend, right? And then I'm going to X-Acto knife them down. Do I need a set of pliers for this? Didn't realize these are so easy to snap when you're stirring your coffee, and yet to cut them like this is a very, very difficult. Look, it's splintered away like that. I really want to get these. Alright, well, let's I think I want to make this box 60 mil long. I think I worked out that 60 mil will fit there if I put 60.9, is that right? So 60 mil, it doesn't reach. I mean, it'll go just to the edges. If I need it 50 mil, 50 mil is probably cutting it a little fine. 60 mil will give us room for, the rest of the cables to bunch up in there. That's good. 60 mil is right. So we're going to go ahead and set our box length at 60 mil. I said 60, right? Let's see if when I score this, move this a little bit more center for you guys. Center of screen, okay. I'm wondering if I'm very precise with this scoring, that it'll just snap. Look, it snaps just neat on that line, so that's good. So I can go ahead and hopefully just smash out multiples of these. And then you can just look at that. It's just going to snap beautifully, and we can get a bunch of these all together like that. And then I think, how many will I need? I need at least half one, so that's probably 1, 2, 3. Yeah, maybe. I did calculate 6. I think 6 will be fine. So I'm gonna measure out, like, that's 12. want to have a little bit more purchase on this, so I'm going to go like, here's my first cut, not straight in the slightest. I'm sure we'll be able to hide that. Here's another one. I'm going to leave 1 mil. Oh, that was not correct. That is correct. Is that correct? That's not correct. That last one there should be correct. You know, when I'm doing building, crafting and things like this, you know, you start off and it's a bit wonky, and as you work, you sort of develop systems to make it repeatable. I'm not one of those people that has like, you know, instant skill. I sort of develop it as I go. Look, even just realised that you might need to shave burrs off here. Okay, so now, should this be, look, I left 1 mil because when you do the cuts, you lose small amount of material. You learn to do straight cuts, don't you? Yes, straight. And this one's coming loose. Again, just line it up. Look, this blade, I don't know if it's being left-handed or this blade is, you know, a bit wonk, but it seems to go off to the left, which is your right. Okay, now we're starting to get somewhere. So I reckon it's still not perfect. No, it's at least one more length, but I would say we'll have to work out exactly put that one back at 0. We're going to go 12.121 mils, and that is like the least straight cut I've ever seen. That's alright, we'll just set that in stone like that. Okay. See, I've got a bit of a rhythm going now. That's good. Okay, we'll probably want to shave some of that dodgy material off. And you want to do this before you measure your cut, because you don't want to do this and then measure 60 mil and then realize you have to shave it down to 59 to make it. I don't know if I was doing that in frame. Because my internet is down, I can't have a monitor. So I have no idea what you're seeing, but that's okay. We'll check it in post. So let's go there. That's 60. Take this razor. Alright, that's really good. So we've got enough for the bottom of our box, at least. And I could just save that for the lid or something like that, that's so fine. Now, to keep my sanity, what I'm hoping is that when the box is made, I can just sort of stuff all of this. Maybe you can just lean over and sit like that, but it still needs a bit of space right? And then this, so maybe that side of the box, actually, no, that's wrong, This will sit here, and it'll go out into the truck to plug into the battery. Go out to plug into here, and if it's sitting, where does this sit? Quickly just check. So it's got to go all the way up there, so it's probably better if it sits like that. And if it's sitting here, make a mark and just make sure it's exactly there. I'm gonna make another one exactly. I made it slightly larger. And you know what? The best practice would be to score this in, and then I'll double confirm on the other side. But just make sure that this one's go around a bit, right? So use that, and then I'll just put it here and just double check. Yeah, it's spot on. I went a little bit over because you remember you shave a little bit off when cleaning it up. Push this one deep in here. Okay. Deep in. Okay. Let's clean those up. Okay, so that will be the basis for that. How many of these do I want? I probably want 3, right? And a thought that just occurred to me is like this one has these little indentations. So I might craft something to get the result there. Yeah, that's left. That one's perfectly sized, so we're just going to leave that to one side. I'm going to line this up perfectly. Now, I haven't touched this, I've left it right on my 32 mark. Nice deep cut. Box with normally, like, I think realistically you'll have 2, but I want will I have 2? I think 2 maybe is good enough for this application. So I'm just gonna that there. Now, in this situation, I think tweezers would be really, really beneficial. However, I don't have any. So I'm just going to have to wing it a little bit. Hope for the best. I don't think it needs to be perfect. No one's coming up here with a tape measure and checking this, but yeah, it's there's not a lot of space left for a wall. So I'm wondering maybe I should put the wall on like that. But that will hold the wall. Yep, alright, that's fine, regardless, that is absolutely no worries. So, what I'm going to do is, I need to tack this on. If that's 60.4, excuse me. So at 20 mil is 1/3. Okay, just make a little mark there, and we can, I was going to say gingerly, try some glue. This is so cowboy. So cowboy. Anyway. There we go. Now, now we're cooking with gas because that's going to keep everything in place. It should keep everything in place. Okay, that's going to keep everything in place. Now we're going to make that. That's 1/3. Does that look right? Looks a bit odd. That looks a bit better. That looks about right. I'm going to eyeball it because measuring seemed a bit odd. And I'm just going to lay down a little strip of glue like that. Okay, so that's, and look, this doesn't have to end up being perfect, right? But we do want, you know, I've got a little bit of a cheat sheet here. What you can do is that square there, and then you just go, hey mate, there you go. There you go. And it's a little bit hairy going, but that's alright. Make that cut nice and deep, and then, yeah, you can still snap it off. Making cut too close to the end seems to make it splinter a bit like that, but that's alright. We'll just shave him off a little bit like that. And then that's the basis for our vertical sheets. I'm keen as mustard to just get that on. It's probably way smarter not to handle the glued part. super glue might not have been the best idea for this, but because it's either wood is a little porous. It's stuck on. It's not perfect, but I don't know, maybe it's not supposed to be perfect. Or maybe that's just like a little excuse I want to make up for not being perfect. But I found the more you try and chase perfection, the faster it runs, so you just sort of plenty of glue. Stick him in. This does not feel like it will hold in the slightest, but maybe if I put him here like this. What are you doing, mate? There we go. Run a little glue along there, and she Bob's your uncle. We got a tray at least, so now we can start boxing that out. Yeah, bro, sit there. I said. Come on, mate. Just you sit there, and you'll be right. Like I said, tweezers would be put me miles ahead. All right, don't touch. Stay. Okay, now I need to make some verticals. So, how tall do you think this thing is? Let's measure. This is 12.5 mil, but we're also going to be sneaking some wires and stuff in. So do you reckon we go like, let's see, if we measure with the wire, so that's 17, let's go 20 mil. 20 mil is going to give us a nice enough gap. So I want to go plus the width of those, and they were 1.1, isn't it? It's 1.1. Yeah. So 22 point 22 point 2. Is that right? 22.2. Let's do a trial one and find out if that's going to work. Now I was thinking, how am I going to paint this thing? Because I can't buy any paint because I'm moving soon. And when you move and you get a removalist, they'll say like no open liquids, and they're pretty adamant about it. Even like dishwashing detergent. So there's no way they're going to let me put my stuff on the truck with open paint. So I was thinking, how do I do it? And then I was like, maybe I just go buy a coffee and spill it on this thing and like just literally coffee stain it. So I'm thinking I stick this on like this. That little piece of wood sticking out a little far. Anyway, that's going to be my 20 mil. If I put this battery here, look, it'll sit in there like that. And I'll have a little bit of a gap. But and that's 22.2, but I don't know, like once I have that on top, like that's looking awfully short. I reckon I go like 25 mil. For sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dead center 5. I'm recovering from a cold. I apologise for any wet sounds that you may hear. I'm trying to keep it to a minimum, and I'm trying to edit it out wherever I can. Alright. Alright. How much of this am I getting? I hope I'm getting everything. And I've put this all on. So this area is all on frame. I might just shut up and sort of speed through the rest so you can sort of get an idea of what we're building here. And that one might need to shave off a little bit. How square is this? Hardly square at all. That was great. No worries, mate. That's fine. Do you know what? We'll just sort of... What if I put like... What if I made a square? I'd be like, hey, bro. Don't go anywhere. Make this thing here. This can just hold it square for me. Look at that. Ridgy didge, bro. Look at that. Alright. Oop. I'll go too mental. Okay, that's your 25 mil spotty dog. Right, we'll do another one. 25 mil. Just make sure it's nice and clean. Alright, I just set the camera so you can see a little more of what I'm doing. Just going to clean up these edges, make them nice. Now this wood, it's rather porous, and so tends to soak in. The glue tends to soak in, and so therefore you might have to put a little bit extra on, but I think we're getting there. It's coming along. You're not wrong. Just gonna slide kind of close. what am I saying? Tidy this up. I tried snapping that and it was about to tear, so I think this groove needs to be a little bit deeper. Oh, start to slice essentially. Okay, so that is good. So now we need to make some battens that will be just big enough for, I think I need to open another one. Maybe use this as a reference. So I'm gonna make like something to pin it all together. I want something to keep it flush. Okay. So we can pin it all together, and it needs to be just big enough for something along those lines. Let's see, let's just, since we've got the tools, let's use them. So that's, let's go to 0. It's 1.1 mil. So it needs to be slightly longer than 1.1 mil on this. Once together will be .4 mils. So we want 32.6. 32.6. Go down, 32.3. 32.6, exactly that large. Ja. En negative and it can. Alright, so where's that little tray? It's been sitting in the sun while I managed our lunch. So it is. It's going to be under a little bit of tension. It could be good. Could be good. So that's for later. So we are going to do another one, which was 47, wasn't it? Okay, now let's see. Get that one off. Get that one off. find another short one. That's going to create a little hole for that. Slide that one in. For some reason that was a little shorter. I'm not sure where I made that mistake, but it won't matter. It'll be fine. Now I've got the next one. By making too short, whoops, popped it off. That's all right, let's just keep going. Okay, so there's your box there, pretty much done, but I'm gonna put do what I did before and just put glue everywhere just to make sure it's nice and strong. Now I have to make these uprights, and I think that's got some strong chemical to it. All right, so the internals will need to be precisely that tall, however tall that is. So I need to make some measurements here. And it's going to be like that. 22.6, sorry. Excuse me, 22.6. So come here and make our little 22.5. Yeah, what is it? It's probably going to be 10 of these. 22.5. But that is spot on, so I'm not upset about that. Once you shave them, they're even better. Oh, and there was, where is that? That little, was that the thing I made? No. There was, I did have something in here that was like holding everything apart. Let's see. When it's square, it's what? Let's say 30. Did I have one at 30 mil? I thought, did I cut it up? Let's cut one at 30 mil. Okay, that's just going to help us keep it square until we have these little uprights in. And I'm going to, that little 30 miller is actually going to be really helpful on the inside to help keep this whole thing square. I'm going to cut another one because I'm going to wrap, I'm going to do like a band or something like that just to help give this thing a bit of structural, structural integrity, because I'm not confident that, you know, when it's fully built, it's going to hold up to the strains of like the weight of the battery, you know, rocking around in the back there and holding it. So I'm going to put this on the inside. Oh, actually, maybe a 30 mil should go that way. Is that how they're built? How are they built? Alright, should I research that? I mean, it's rigid. It's taking some persuading, I can tell you that much. I mean, it's nice. I don't know. Should I look it up? Someone sent me a picture. Okay, that one doesn't show me anything. Safari. Military wooden cranes, like yes, I'm not a robot. Trophy lights. Oh my goodness. Okay, there you go. Okay. Yep, they're lateral. So these can go on the outside. They look like supports. Okay. That'll work. Cool. So 30 mil, and I need two of those, two more 22s and one more 30. Look at that. Okay, so we'll have to fit these. That is a I don't think I should glue it first. I think I should wedge it in and then glue it. It might work way better. I think this is all crooked anyway. This has some potent fumes. Oh, and here's a new challenge. How am I going to do those ones? On that end. I got two windows open here, and it's still, this glue still feels very potent. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do the next two. Those two at that end with the hole for the plug, I'm not sure how I'm going to get that one to wedge in. But it's coming along. It's sort of half bad. I mean, it's not square, but who cares? It's squarish. All right. So, how about something to chat about? So, I want to know, because like some things where I live, which is in China, some things are hard to get, and then other things are super easy to get. So, I want to know, what does everyone find really difficult to find for the hobby, where they live? And we can all have a groan about it, but more importantly, maybe we can do something about it. Maybe we can do something about it. So let me know in the comments what is just a pain for you in this hobby. What is super difficult to, I don't know, find or make, or anything to do with the hobby. So let me know down in the comments, because maybe we could do a video about it. Maybe we could do like how to find the right stuff for RC, how to source, how to make. I mean, I've done a little bit of this, like I learnt this skill at high school, because I did visual communication and design, which is like it's I guess it's part of marketing. It's a a subject within marketing, and we learn how to do like modeling, and we learn how to make like design billboards and those sorts of things. Do 3D drawing. We learn a lot of 3D drawing. Learned technical drawings, perspectives, and all that sort of stuff. And so I guess I got a lot of this skill from there. I had to mock up, products. It's probably more product design than marketing, actually, come to think of it. So that's 2 more on that side, and another 3 on that side. So I've got at least 1 more to do. Out of this one. I think for me to be able to do this here, I think I'm going to have to do the top one. So I'm going to try and wedge that in here. The top's hardest because it's sort of bent in when I did it. So this is probably going to be the hardest part of the whole build. Just making sure that's wedged super correctly. Okay. There will be a lot relying on that. So then, now that that's glued, I can drop this one in there. Right. Too short that one. Okay, now these 2 will be able to slot in like so and be held in place. There isn't a whole lot of room there for another one. Okay, we can fix that up pretty easily by just going, okay, cut one in half. Oh, don't get sucked down. Hey, oh, this maybe is the hardest one. Oh, do you know what I can do? I've totally haven't thought about this. Just put another upright. And then when I drop them down. Oh, when I drop this in. Okay. So, bit of glue, bit of glue. Okay, so this one is like a half one. Good thing this one already split. It's not perfect, which is cool. It sort of adds to that busted up military look. But I will put the wide end down there, I think. There we go. Alright, back to this one. So I'm going to need to put one in here. Oh look, it's also going to leave a half one behind because the imperfect, but that's good. That's good. We'll just. Oh, actually, we did agree, didn't we? We agreed that we'll put them in first and then add the glue. So I'm going to do exactly that. Put them on here. Okay. Oh, this makes your eyes sting. It's not good, is it? Alright, another 30. This is going to be a half feet too, because it's that gap. Okay. Alright, there you go. Alright, now you're just gonna break it for me, aren't you? You're just gonna, yeah, good boy. Alright. Okay, so we need to cut off about 1/3 of it, I'd say. Use this new little rule. Okay, let's have a look. It'll fit pretty well now. Yep, Bob's your uncle. Okay, that's going to need some little ends on it, like so. Oops. Another 22er. It was 22.6, wasn't it? I think this blade's just about done for after this project. Alright, so there you go. It is looking a little, you know, how you going? But it's a bit of fun. It's cool. So I hope that I don't want to put the battery in it just yet. There's still quite a lot of wet glue. Warm Coca-Cola. No, still quite a lot of wet glue, so I'm cautious about that. We're going to have to figure out a lid as well. I'm not sure how that's going to go because I'm going to have to figure out a hinge, and a hinge will require some sort of strong but flexible material. So we will we'll resume later, I guess. But I think it'll be something. Yeah, maybe a bit of material will go like that. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll have to find some material. Something ended up getting stuck to the bottom. That's fine. But I'm fairly confident that will just... Oh, that's going to be a dream. What I'm going to do is when I install it, I'm going to put that in there like that. I'm going to sit him down just like that. Everything goes on top, and look at that. Custom battery tray. Don't stay in there too long, I don't want you to get stuck to any of the super glue. That is amazing. Look, I got a bit of super glue on it, not good. Amazing. Alright. And then that will go in the back here, once I figure out how to fit it in there, but that is looking fairly military, baby. Alright, we'll have to figure that out shortly. Anyway, done. So there is Matt's tutorial on making a little military wooden box for your battery. Maybe there's a part 2 where I install it and we keep talking about that. Okay, but for now, it's time to sign off. So thank you for watching. Sorry for the mess. That's what hobbying is all about. So thanks. Well, I hope you enjoy that one. And in the next episode, we're going to form a lid for this one. And that one will be a claspable lid. So we'll see how we work that out. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed and see you on the next one.